Does it ever feel like sugar is running the show? One minute you're just having one bite, and the next the whole pint of ice cream is just gone. Sound familiar? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step plan to curb those sugar cravings naturally, and it doesn't require any extreme dieting. It doesn't require any willpower battles. And stick around to the end because I'm going to give you a little trick to crush those cravings almost instantly. Hey, I'm Dr. Carter with Mind and Body Clinic, and we are weight loss experts. This channel is all about how to transform yourself safely and effectively. Sugar cravings, that is the bane of existence for a lot of people, and is something that is very difficult to overcome. One of the challenges is that it turns out that sugar lights up the same dopamine pathways that cocaine and other drugs that cause cravings. It can be very difficult to overcome, right? But there are a number of other reasons why you might have cravings. Poor sleep can definitely cause cravings. Stress can cause cravings. Mineral deficiencies can cause cravings. Even a relative blood sugar drop can cause cravings. When do you have sugar cravings the hardest? Do you notice this in the afternoon? Or is it when you get home from work and you're decompressing? Is it after a meal? Comment below and I will reply with a specific tip for the best comment. Let's get into the 7-day sugar reset plan. Day one, we call track and swap. On this day, what you are going to do is essentially track what you're eating for that day. What we're really looking for is places where you're getting sugar where you may have not realized it. Sauces like ketchup has sugar in it, certain drinks, they can all have sugar in it. We want to see where it might be sneaking in. Now, what we want to do is make some swap. Any of those things that you are drinking that has sugar in it, we want to substitute for maybe just plain water, sparkling water, herbal tea, something that doesn't have sugar in it. One tip is that will help this even further is to start your day with protein. A high protein breakfast can really help stabilize your blood sugar and avoid those sugar cravings later. Day two, we call add fiber. What fiber is going to do is decrease how quickly sugar is absorbed to your system, that our blood sugar is smoother, and that will avoid blood sugar crashes and those cravings. Generally, we want to shoot for 25 to 35 grams of fiber. Now, I will say you did the tracking and you can get an idea of how much fiber you're eating. If you're someone that you're having 5-6 grams of fiber, don't immediately try to go to 30 grams. You are not going to be happy. This is something you want to move up slowly, maybe 5 grams every 3 to 4 days. In a few weeks, you can get up to that 25 to 30 grams if you are someone that's not really consuming a lot of fiber. Day three is hydration hack. Dehydration can have a lot of different symptoms. It could be that you're irritable. It could be you feel tired. You can have headaches. You can feel hungry, but it also can cause cravings. The next time you have a sugar craving, drink a glass of water and wait 15 to 20 minutes to see if that craving is gone, and it might even just totally disappear. Day four, we want to focus on balancing our blood sugar with mealtime. What that looks like is a couple things. One is having something to eat every 4 or 5 hours, and that will help stabilize our blood sugar instead of having bigger meals every 6-7 hours. The other thing we want to do is we want to make sure the meal's balanced. We want to have some protein, anywhere from 20 to 40 grams, depend on you and your protein needs. We want to have some healthy fats in there, and we want to have some fiber. All of these things are going to help make sure that our blood sugar is stable. Day five is making smarter swaps. From day one, we made some swaps in regards to what we were drinking. Today, we want to make it more on the types of foods, and particularly sugar. If you have a craving, normally you would have a cookie or a donut or whatever it is, swap for something else, where that could be berries, dark chocolate. One of my favorites would be apple with nut butter. Those are going to be less calories and going to balance your sugar out better. Day six is break the habit loop, and this is probably one of the more important days. Sometimes when we have these cravings, it's partly a habit. If you're someone that normally would have some type of sweet snack around 3 or 4 o'clock, it may be that it's just a habit that you picked up. But really what we want to look at is what's the trigger? What's the last 20 minutes to an hour before going on that you have this craving? Is it a time of day that you always get it? Is it that it's after meals? Is it stress? Is it you're just bored? Sometimes at this time of day you're bored and you feel like you got to do something. The first part, recognize what the trigger is. And then the second part is what are you going to do instead? That is something you want to figure out now, not when that trigger is happening. Figure out now, when I feel like X, I'm going to do. So it could be I'm just going to chew gum, feel like it's ready to stress or not. Taking a walk outside will be helpful, particularly if it's stress, because it will help calm down your nervous system. Or because I'm just going to have some water, I'm going to have some herbal tea. Just decide what else you might do instead of having that sugary snack. Day 7 is reset your taste buds. Just with these last few days, your taste buds are making some changes, and so you may notice that naturally sweet food is already tasting a little bit better. What we're going to do on this day is really challenge ourselves and have no added sugar to our meals. Really checking the labels to make sure that there's no added sugar. I will skip artificial sweeteners as well. The easiest way though to do this is just say, I'm just going to eat whole food today, and then you don't have to worry about any added sugar. Now, if you found this helpful, please like or subscribe, and then I'm going to give you 2 more tips that can be quite helpful. The first one is around magnesium. Magnesium deficiency is one of those nutrient deficiencies that can cause craving. Foods that are rich in magnesium include spinach and green leafy vegetables. They have a lot of magnesium in them. Almonds are a good source, as well as avocado. But if you really want to just make sure, then you can take a magnesium supplement. These things will help address any cravings you might have from magnesium deficiency. The other thing we can do is when we're having a craving is L-glutamine is a amino acid, is one of the most abundant amino acids in our body. The body uses it for a number of things, including creating neurotransmitters. How you would use this is you would take a teaspoon, and generally we're going for 3 to 5 grams, and stir it in 8 ounces of water and drink it when we're having a craving, and works very well to really knock down those cravings or just make them disappear. You'll know if this works in 15 minutes. Now, breaking free from sugar doesn't mean necessarily you have to give up everything you like, but it does mean that we get to have the control back. Now, you have an exact plan to use to help overcome those cravings. If you're interested more on weight loss, check out one of these videos.